So in this episode, we're going to show you a number of things from some background scenery, silhouettes, mountains, hobbit holes, trees, rivers, buildings, stone walls, proper placement of buildings, some weathering of buildings, an HO scale race set, and all that goes with it. So stay tuned and I'll show you what I have. So let's start with the HO layout. This burnout area I created was not that difficult to do. I laid down some ground cover, glued it down of course, took a vehicle and spread some paint over a piece of paper, ran the vehicle in the paint and just created the skid marks. However, a vehicle happens to turn. Came out pretty good. Has some work to do with that, including the breakdown area, repair area for vehicles, the pit area, and so on. But other things, including the HO scale race set, includes decals, which you need to put for realism, and they're pretty easy to get. I got these through Amazon, and they had various sizes, including graffiti, which was very controversial. I put that in a number of places, but you can see that on some of my other videos. Some people liked it, some people don't. They don't agree with advertising it, you might say, putting it in areas that are obvious. Some people just don't like that. Some of the other things that I've done is, of course, buying a building, which is easy to put together. I've just painted it the colors that I wanted, created some detail by cutting off some of the garage doors, raising them up a little, painting it the colors I wanted, and weathering it a little bit. And I can show you that on some of my other videos if you care to see it. And placing vehicles and people certainly brings the layout alive. Gravel wasn't all that hard to do either. I found some out in my own yard, sifted it through some screen until I got something fine, and that works out really well. It gives me the right texture I want, and I glue it down, of course, spread some glue around, spread the gravel, and sprayed some glue on it, which made a big difference. It stuck down. I can't pull it up by doing this. And it spreads out very well against the pavement. Looks real to me. Maybe I could do some more work on it, I don't know. But that's for buildings. But also for background, I've tried to do some background scenery, because you're only given, or I'm only given, a 4-foot area here. And you have to do something with the background in order to make it come alive a little bit. So here I've just done a 2-dimensional building out of balsa wood. I've cut it out the appropriate scale, painted it up, set it in place. Others I have printed off from the computer. Made a scale that I thought was appropriate to give me some visual background and distance between the hills that I've created, further out, trestle and train, And then I tried to make a cloud background, which looks pretty good. Admittedly, it could be better, but gives some depth to the background. And of course, clouds added to the area as well. I've cut out a cloud formation out of paper. I put it against the background and just spray painted it. It come out pretty well. And of course, the tie marks and the joints for the concrete foundation show up. I tried to blend them in. There's not a lot you can do with it, but I tried to do the best I could with what I have to work with. Other things, including the mountains, are made out of a styrofoam, and I painted them, set them back from the wall a couple inches so I could put lighting behind it, and you see some of that as we go along. My granddaughter created a hobbit hole area here, modeled after my own, of course, from the Lord of the Rings. She still has some work to do on it, but she likes working on that now and then. Trees, on the other hand, are questionable. These I bought from Hobby Lobby. They're not really what I want or fit in a wilderness setting. Some of them do, some don't. These shorter birch trees look better for some undergrowth. But I made my own out of some lichen and some dowel. Painted them the right color and just slid the lichen on piece by piece. Spray painted it certain colors. Some of it I left. The coloring was just fine and it worked good. And you see some of that in some of my videos in the past. Paths like this were made out of coffee grounds, actually. And the ground cover is easy. That's just scenic ground cover, whatever you choose. And then there, of course, there are buildings. You'll notice a mirror in the background gives it some depth in this area. I thought that was kind of interesting. I guess I would like to do that all the way around. It really gives it some depth. I mean, it looks like you're looking further into the layout. If you put it in the right place, it works very well. The waterfall was fun to create. That was just a lot of fun to do. The water coming off a waterfall, of course, is different color than what it is when it comes through the river. The river bottom is a different color, so that's what you end up with. But that wasn't hard to create. It was kind of fun. It was time consuming. I used a lot of cotton here soaked in epoxy with a little coloring and layered it. I have some more work to do with some white paint and glue to give me some splashing going on, give the water a look of more of a flow, and you'll see that in some of my future videos. Other things that add depth and character, of course, are wild creatures, bears, or even cattle for a farming industry that I'm trying to create. This covered bridge is modeled after one that I have near my house. And you could see that on another channel that I have. Covered Bridge Accidents, I believe is the name of it. But other things are strategically locating buildings where a town might grow, which is a little difficult to do with the space that you're given. I have a restaurant here, created from a building that I got in a kit from a long time ago. I just painted it up a little bit and weathered it. The Michaels sign is actually the sign, the font from Michael's store. It has a lot of hobby type stuff in it. So I printed one out and made it there, and my name is Michael, so I just thought that was kind of cool. But you can see that in one of my videos as well. There are other things that I have purchased that you just kind of have a hard time creating, like the Coca-Cola truck. That was really cool. I liked that, along with other things like a backhoe, which just, you know, I can't figure out how to make one of those. You just have to do with what you have. But you can also add things like LED lighting, of course. That's not hard to do. You'll see that in one of my videos. Roadway wasn't hard to do. I put some masonry type of cement sealer down, painted it black, put lines on it in appropriate places, and it worked out pretty well. I don't know that I'm really happy with it. Maybe you have some better ideas for that. I would love to hear about those. But to carry on, I used other things that I had purchased from just boxes of stuff I buy at railroad shows, where this particular crossing comes with a pressure unit that opens and closes the door, and a man comes out as the train comes through it. And that was kind of cool, so I incorporated that into the layout. Again, more buildings. I like weathering them. I ordered this kit, actually. Put it together, painted it, and modified it, and put an LED light in it, and created the deck, and weathered it some. Put some vehicles and some people around, and just brings it to life. I like that. Some of the other things that I'm doing is, of course, going to be an airport. This landing strip was really kind of temporary. I was just trying to do something to give me some idea of what I wanted. I've got to move that, and I'm going to recreate it. Probably going to put it back here further. I think I'm going to make it out of something like roofing paper, or maybe the backside of a shingle or something, to make it look a little bit more like a paved airport runway. And I'll put the lines on it, along with the Lindbergh lines, the center lines, and landing markings, and so on. Other things that I've done on videos that you can see, including how to make this wire mesh fencing, concrete stone walls, which is really cool. And of course, I do all the basics of how to spread ground cover, ballast cover, how to wire the track. I have this piece wired here and here, so that the whole layout has an even current through it. So the train always runs evenly. So that's just some of the stuff that I've been doing here. I have a lot more to go, as you can see. This side of the raceway has to be totally caught up with the rest of it. I have to put down a lot of ground cover. And there's just a lot more that I really want to do, and I don't want to go back and do a lot of detail. But this has some amazing scenery with the background lighting. And I'll hit the lights again, and you can see how the background comes to life. With the mountain areas, the town is lit up. I have some more LED lighting to do to make it really fun. And there's street lights I can put in. And also some lighting on the train itself, maybe some passenger car lighting, some caboose lighting that I have, that I'm working on, I just haven't put in yet, that I'd really like to see. So that's my layout in kind of a glance. If you want to see more of that, take a look at the rest of my videos on Mike's HO scale. There's a lot still to do, a lot I'd like to do. I don't know if I'll ever get to, but I really want to. And I would really like some of your thoughts on what you see. Other things that are interesting that you might find interesting is the stone, the rock retaining walls, or whatever you might call it. There's made out of tree bark, and then I've just painted it different colors and of course put some ground cover on it. You'll find that interesting. The other one is the retaining wall here. This is made out of matchbook sticks. I cut the heads off and just kept piling them up until I had a good retaining wall, painted it in appropriate color for tie logs, and I have an embankment there that looks pretty realistic, I think. There's so much more to do, including what to do with this space, whether I create a mountain or a lake, I don't know. I've still been giving that a lot of thought. I'd love your opinion on it. But there you go. That's my basic layout. I have a lot of fun doing it. I hope you have a lot of fun watching me do it. And if you have any questions, comments, I'd love to hear from them. I'd love to see you subscribe to my channel so that you can keep up with what I'm doing. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it.